What if? What if every child had access to music education from birth? Now that became the title of the TEDx talk that I did almost 2 years ago here in Canberra. And when I was preparing for tonight, I kind of started wondering, is that still my idea worth sharing? My talk was based around the idea that neuroscientists have been looking for 2 decades now into the fact that musically trained kids tend to achieve higher academically, and they've been trying to figure out why. What they've found out is that music education, learning a musical instrument, is the most unique activity to the human brain. It helps the brain grow larger, it works better, it works faster, the memory systems are better, it is more creative, it comes to understand ideas more quickly, it acquires language more quickly. Children who are musically trained read more quickly. There's every single part of their brain is enhanced. Strangely enough, they actually use less of their brain to do the same task as a non-musically trained child who uses more. They're actually just really efficient. And my idea in my talk was, what if an entire generation of our children were given access to music education? How would that impact? How would it change their lives? And I pulled on these 2 decades of research. And since then, those 2 years that have just passed, an enormous amount of research has been released. Really exciting longitudinal research with lots and lots of kids. And I wanted to share just one of those areas with you tonight. And that is that learning a musical instrument can actually change the brain structures and the cognitive capacity of children living in disadvantage. Growing up in disadvantage is cognitively disaster. Children who grow up in a disadvantaged circumstances, their brains do not work as well as they should. They don't learn as quickly, they don't remember as quickly. They actually don't hear things the same way. They hear them 50% of the time differently to how they are the other 50% of the time, so they don't remember. And unfortunately what happens is their brain capacity and their cognitive development never ever improves. It never catches up with those classmates that are not living in disadvantage. Now, learning a musical instrument, that simple activity that so many kids get to do, but unfortunately many disadvantaged kids don't get, has been found to be this activity that can change all of that. And in these very large longitudinal studies, they have found that not only are these kids who were going to have very different life outcomes, these kids are achieving above, after 2 years of learning, above their classmates who are living very, very comfortably, but aren't learning a musical instrument. They're not just rising up, they're rising above. Their entire lives have changed. So when I go back to my question, if every child in this generation had access to music education, what would happen? How would our world change? Is it still my idea worth sharing? You bet it is. Thank you.